It's working. All right, guys, we're going to be making some bacon. Big John here, Big Man, Alaska. I live in Anchorage, Alaska, and welcome to my kitchen. These are some videos I randomly do just for the fun of it because today we're going to make bacon, and why not? I mean, it's fun to watch people make bacon, especially when it's not in your own kitchen. So what I have here is about a pound of bacon, and we just like to cut this in half, and then we cook it in this pan over here that we already got fired up and ready to go. So that's just to get it started. Then we're going to come on over here. We're going to start actually adding this into the pan. And hopefully this live stream goes better than the last one I did. I was currently doing another live where I was driving around Anchorage, and I guess it's not a very popular thing. People really aren't that interested in driving around Anchorage, but I mean, I can't judge as I fumble around my kitchen and make a mess of everything, because that's what I do here. All right, there we go. I wonder if that'll work. That might work. Maybe that'll work. Get this set up here. Get some elevation going. There we go. But yeah, we're gonna be making some bacon today. This was something I had to do anyways. I already had this planned because we've had this bacon in the fridge for a little bit too long, in my opinion. And so far, this has been the easiest way for me to make bacon, is in a skillet like this. It doesn't really make a huge mess. It doesn't get all over everything like you would imagine. And it's nice because I can cook up a lot of bacon all at once. Because, yeah, bacon's good. And I've been craving bacon lately. All right, come on, you. Let's get on in there. Now, the only problem with doing it this way is just trying to figure out what the puzzle is to get them all to lay in here the way I want them to. So I like to get as many pieces in here as possible. That way I can get it cooked down quickly and I can get it put away for later. Well, this is just run-of-the-mill bacon that I got at, the wife got it. Most likely she got it at Costco. Could have been from anywhere in town. We pick up bacon randomly whenever it's on sale. If we see a sale on bacon, yeah, we just run down and snatch it up right away. Because that's what she does. She's out doing Instacart right now. You know, hopefully making us a little bit of money for the time being, because work's kind of slow here in Alaska. At least when it comes to dump truck driving and stuff like that. But yeah, there we go. We got the bacon started. I do need to fumble around my drawers. Get some trusty tongs out for when it comes time to flipping that over. And hopefully my cats don't get involved with getting in the bacon that's on the counter. So hey, we got people that are coming back in here. All right. I appreciate that, and I apologize to anybody that was watching my last live stream where I was driving around in my Jeep. Again, that was another, just trying to see how I could get it to work type video. Because I have limited, what do you want to call it? I have limited technology here in Alaska, so I have a really basic cell phone. I should probably get you guys plugged in here before I wind up zonking the battery 100%. That way I don't have to worry about that. So now you guys are plugged in. Let's see. Hey, got it. Got my steaks in the barbecue. Right on, Shannon. That sounds amazing. I would love to have some steaks right now. Mine are thawing out. I just took some out this morning to get them thawed out. What do you think happens when we die? I don't know. Well, I would imagine something happens. Let's see. I'm naturally very oily, but I kind of like it. Well, I'm Alaskan native, and I've always been naturally oily. I got oily skin. This is why I like having bald heads, because since my hair's always oily anyways, it doesn't matter how often I shower. I have that oily, greasy look. So, yeah, it doesn't bother me much. Subscribe, please. From Kenya. Hey, right on there. Kenya. That's a long reach. Let's see, my body constantly exudes the thick, pasty grease all over my skin. Well, that's unfortunate. Imagine you're washing your face quite a bit if you have that issue. You are my biggest fan, Sky Jade from Kenya. Kenya's a pretty cool place. I would like to go visit there someday. Unfortunately, that requires money and stuff, which is stuff that I don't have. And let's see what else we got going on in the thread here. TK9 is back. Hey, how you doing there? Now, I missed some of your comments in the live stream yesterday, so I don't know what you just said because it got deleted. That's okay. Let's see. A bottle of grease from my skin. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Who else was up here at the top? We have Amber that jumped in and said hi there. Hey, Amber. There's more fat on that bacon than meat, bro. Yeah, the fat's good for you, by the way. That's what I use to eat for the majority of the time. I use a lot of bacon fat for cooking. Even if I'm making burgers or steaks or something like that, I'll just put a lot of bacon fat in there. One thing that I was wanting to do is get out and get some actual beef fat trimmings and stuff from the butcher. That way I can make my own tallow here in the crock pot. That's a project I wanted to do. But right now the funding is kind of low here, so just getting out and just taking a drive around town is kind of an iffy adventure at times. So I don't know. I'll have to find an option to get some fat trimmings in so I can get some beef tallow made. I'll probably make a video about that because I don't know what I'm doing in the kitchen 90% of the time. I'm lucky that I know how to make bacon the way I'm doing it. Let's see. All right. Boy, Amber, you're busy. I think it's because I can't stop drinking olive oil. No, that's not why. Olive oil is pretty good for you. Avocado oil, olive oil, bacon grease. It's probably because you're eating too much sugar. You got high fructose corn syrup in that diet, and that stuff screws up your whole system, and your body doesn't know what to do with it. Your body does know what to do with saturated fats, and extruding it out your pores is one thing your body does not do with saturated fats. Let's see, extra virgin. Let's see, hey, I'm new here. Hey, nice to see you there, Lance, Julie. Yeah, I'm Big John from Anchorage, Alaska. I do random videos. I talk about, carnivore topics and stuff like that. My weight loss journey. I've lost a lot of weight since I got started. I mean, I am definitely not 435 pounds anymore. And I found that out yesterday when I went out of the house and I actually got on my mountain bike for the very first time in like years. I mean, it was so weird to get out and ride that bike. And I wasn't wobbly. My legs didn't feel bad. The only time my legs were weird is when I got back to the house and I got off the bike and my legs were doing the whole jello thing. It was crazy, how they felt. Let's see, skip your question. I didn't see your question there. Who is that? King K. Let's see if I can find it. What is it? Let's see. Yeah, I don't see your question there, King K. Hey, I'm new here, blah, blah. Skip my question. Yeah, definitely didn't see your question. Don't know where it went. That's all right. That's all part of the fun. I need to get this ready. This is going to be easier to work with than this cable over here, because this cable over here makes me limited as to what I can do. Because I like to move around the kitchen a lot. I don't like to just sit still. But I got bacon cooking here in the pan. And it looks like it's getting pretty close for the first flip. And we'll just get her flipped over. I could have probably left it longer. That's okay. I don't care. But yeah, I'm super excited about things that have been happening within the last week, because being able to get out and do stuff and not come home feeling injured has been a huge benefit to everything that I've been wanting to do and wanting to accomplish in life. My wife does a lot of fishing videos. She likes to do fishing trips. I would like to be a part of that type of lifestyle with her. The only thing that really holds me up is the fact that while she's out fishing, that's usually around the time that I'm actually out working myself. So, I drive a dump truck for a living, and we haul gravel in the summertime. And if I'm out working, then I can't be out fishing. So it just makes everything a pain in the butt. But it is what it is. That's all part of living here. People often say, you know, Alaska's such a beautiful place, and I'm going to lose these glasses. They don't help me when I'm in the house. I need them when I drive. So get that plugged back in, because I know my battery's going to die if I don't maintain the battery presence here. Let's see what we got in there. Oh, I got a notification on my screen for something. My cable is plugged in just fine. I think everything's working like it's supposed to. I don't know. I got one of these external batteries, and it's got all kinds of Velcro on it because I use it for filming when I go out. When I go out and about and stuff around the house and all kinds of other places here. Hello, mate. There. I want to say hi to you, Cookie. King X. No, it's not. I've had snake, gator. It's better than blah blah blah. But elk is by far some of the best I've had. Elk meat is amazing. I've had snake and gator too, even iguana tail, and I like iguanas. I've had many iguanas for pets. I never once thought about eating their tail, although it is tasty. So I appreciate the sub there. Have you found Adak's treasure? No, I have not. Let's see, Cesar, God help me to see Alaska one day. Yeah, if you can find a way to get up here, you know, the easiest way to get up here is purchase a plane ticket and just show up. I mean, you don't even have to have a plan. Just show up. Because I hear so many people over my life have been saying, like, oh, I want to go to Alaska. It's something that's on my bucket list. It's one of those things I want to do, but they never show up. It's like I haven't seen a single one of them. Like all my old high school friends that said they were coming up to visit. Yeah, they don't show up. I go to the airport and pick them up if they did, but no, they've never come. Yeah, it is an amazing place to visit, by the way, but there's a lot of places. I like Chicago. I stayed there. I stayed in Lombard for a little while, and I liked it. I got to branch out and go all over Chicago. I found a lot of bad neighborhoods when I was there, but Chicago is a very interesting city, and I know exactly why they call it the Windy City. It is really, really windy there all the time. I was asking earlier, how's moose? The moose is good. I love moose meat. We got some moose meat from a relative here last hunting season. That was good. That was a nice gift. We had a bunch of moose steaks and hamburger and stuff like that, which really works well with my diet that I'm doing right now. I love the cold weather. Yeah, Lombard is 30 minutes from me. I mean, I never had a problem driving around Chicago. I mean, I know a lot of people complain about it. And we didn't live far away from where that school bus got whacked, and I think it knocked it completely off the frame. That was just up the road from us, and we almost got hit by a train crossing that crossing as well. Because the trains that come through there, they're just chucking through. They don't stop for nothing. They can't even slow down. Georgia boy here. Hey there, Georgia. All right, on. Let's see. Do you still use the vibration plate? Yes, Corey. Absolutely. I used it yesterday before I went out on the mountain bike ride. And I only use it on the lowest settings. And we're talking about the Life Pro vibration plate. And I do have an affiliation link for that now. Life Pro has got me involved in their affiliate program, and I need to start getting that link actually applied to these videos in my description section, and I'll probably put them in a comment somewhere. But it takes a little time to figure this stuff out because I'm a little bit tech-tarded when it comes to certain things, especially here YouTube related, trying to get descriptions and stuff, affiliate links figured out and stuff like that. It does improve my edema. So far, I originally got the vibration plate, Corey, for lymphatic drainage because I thought I was having lymphatic drainage issues mainly in my arms because I got something going on with my hands. You can't really explain what it is. The doctors haven't given me an official diagnosis on what's going on with my fingers because they get cold. They get cold all the time, super fast. So I was thinking it might be a lymphatic drainage issue in my arms. I've been using the plate regularly for the last 3 to 4 weeks, at least 3 weeks, I think. So for about 15 minutes a day on the super slow motion. And it does take a little bit of balance. And the nice thing about it is it improves your balance. But so far, it has worked for a lot more things than I thought it was going to work for. I mean, I heard a lot of good things about the vibration plates and the things that it helps improve. And I was fascinated with it. And because I bought a lot of products over the years that I thought were complete voodoo, and I thought that was kind of one of them. And I gotta get over here, take care of the bacon, because the bacon needs flipping. I got you guys set up on a cutting board, so I hope it doesn't fall over. And there we go. That's good. That's better than it was. Got to get this bacon flipped again. I do this quite a bit. Oh, that's looking good so far. Nice. I'm happy. What is it about bacon? It's just so much fun to cook. It's not fun to clean up unless you got a system. Now I have a pretty good system for, you know, taking care of bacon once it's fully cooked, and I got a way of taking care of the grease so I don't have to deal with a huge mess. And it looks like we're getting closer to having some more room in the pan. That's one nice thing about bacon is it shrinks. So that means you can add more bacon to your pan as you go. So you just play Tetris and Jenga and move this stuff around. Then we're just going to add a few more pieces in here. At least 3. I get 3 more in there. Maybe 4. Oh yeah, look at that. You got tons of room in here. Tons of room. Maybe 2 more slices. Yeah, there we go. We're almost making cooking videos now. That's about as much fun as making cat videos, huh? I got a ton of these. So this is what I use to drain the bacon on. It's something like this. I keep these, you know, from the Costco trips when we get eggs, and we go through a ton of eggs here. So I just have that kicking over off to the side. That way I don't have to worry about much. And then I'm going to get a Tupperware out. And I don't have pretty Tupperware, by the way. My Tupperware is used and abused. So if you ever go Black Friday shopping, my best advice to you, because on Black Friday, Walmart is just about giving away Tupperware. I mean, that is, you know, the place to go on Black Friday if you want to look for brand new Tupperware that doesn't look like this. I mean, this is used. This is all beat the heck. But it's better than nothing, right? Let's see, what do we got going on here? Some of this bacon's done. That piece is definitely done. And I just let it drain on this old egg carton. That piece is almost done. And it doesn't make a mess this way. It just drains off on the egg carton. And it's super fun, super easy this way. I'm gonna call that one done. I'm gonna be eating bacon here soon. I really love bacon. I could probably make an entire YouTube channel around bacon and people would just watch me make bacon all day long. Then again, I might be wrong about that too. I've been wrong about a lot of stuff when it comes to YouTube. Let's see. Let's get some more in here. So I got a whole pound of bacon I got to make. And what we do is we just pre-make it, get it all ready. And then we put it in the fridge, and then whenever you want bacon, you just throw it in a pan. If you're cooking eggs, and it just heats up in a couple seconds. It doesn't take long. It's definitely way funner making all of your bacon ahead of time than trying to make it while you're cooking eggs and other stuff, because timing is everything. We're going to let that suffer for a while. I forgot to get water. I should have got some water ready. I do that a lot. Okay, go check on the comments here. Corey says okay about something. Raynaud syndrome, that's what it is. Yeah. I was talking to the neurologist about that yesterday and trying to figure out, you know, what's going on with my arms and my stuff. He did test some of the nerves in my arms as well to see what's going on there. I haven't got the full results of that. Ooh, tornado warnings in Iowa. I don't miss those. That's one thing I don't miss about working in the Midwest. There was one time I was leaving Joplin, Missouri, and I was heading to Tulsa on I-44. And I was following a tornado that just kept jumping back and forth across. It was a small one, but it was just going back and forth across the highway, like right in front of me. And I was trying, it wasn't going that fast. I could have actually passed it. And I was trying to time it, see if I could get by it without getting stuck in the middle of it. But it wasn't very big. It was just making a little tiny mess on the road. Let's see what I missed here. I'm sure I missed something. But yeah, I do believe it does work for edema type issues. Now, the biggest change in my edema, Corey, was when I started focusing on electrolytes. I was starting to take no salt for potassium, apple cider vinegar, and I used a little bit of lemon juice for my drink. But I started to increase my water intake. So if you're dehydrated, your edema is going to be far worse. And when I started increasing my water intake, and I was also doing pretty extensive periods of fasting, that was when my edema really started to improve a lot. My kidneys started to function better. All my organs started to function better. My heart, my lungs, everything was working. I mean, so, you know, best advice there, I think, would be to up your water intake. Because it's like, it's an oxymoron. So you're retaining water because you're not drinking enough water. And you think that if you drink water, you're going to retain more of it. So the more water you drink, it's actually going to start pulling the water out of those weird places. Like even your head. I mean, our heads get swollen. And that hurts, by the way. Once you get the swelling out of your head, you start to understand things and you can actually have conversations with people. All right. You guys back over here. Gotta flip this bacon again. And, all right, we're looking good so far. This bacon's cooking a little quicker than I'm used to. So that's done. I'm really not against that. It feels like it takes me forever to cook bacon like this sometimes. That looks not bad. Okay. Not upset with any of this. Okay. Get everything scooched around here again. That one's almost done. Now the thing you gotta remember when you're using a skillet like this is they don't heat up evenly, so your main heat source is gonna be kind of right down the middle of these. So it's a good idea to constantly move your stuff around. That way you can get everything cooked in a pretty quick amount of time, because the stuff, all the bacon that's like around the edges doesn't cook near as fast. All right, get that out of the way. So if I put this little piece in the middle, that thing will cook a lot quicker. I'm just trying to make more room so I can add more bacon. All right, get out of my way. I don't like cooking bacon all day long. Let's see. Now I tried Dr. Ken Berry's way of cooking bacon. I liked it, and then I realized I totally ruined one of my favorite pots. Because it did. It left a bunch of crap in the bottom and it was just a mess. Alright. That one is not even close to being done. These might be almost ready. Getting closer on those. A little bit longer on that side. Awesome. Okay. See if I can find a piece that won't burn me. There you go. Yum. Kind of let those chill out for a little bit. That's pretty good. Old Junior grows, they didn't allow. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I apologize for that drive around town live stream. I did go back and I took a brief moment to preview it, and I was not happy with how shaky the image was. I didn't like a lot of things about it. It wasn't working. I really wasn't able to keep on any sort of talking point whatsoever. You know, basically like being a piss poor tour guide around Alaska. I mean, it was fun for me. It was fun for me to get out of the house, but it just definitely didn't look like something I would sit there and watch. but I have watched other people create similar content, and I like theirs. But they're in much bigger cities than Anchorage, Alaska. They have better internet connection. Everything works better on their end. So yeah, using the egg carton as an oil absorber agent is a pretty smart NGL. I think that's what that says. It works good. I mean, I like it. You always want to save your egg cartons for whatever you need. I mean, you can use them, you can cut them up and put them in your compost, and they do well in the bed. So if I was getting a bed ready here in Alaska before wintertime, I'd cut up a bunch of those and I'd mix them up in the soil. And over the wintertime, they would freeze, and then they'd start to break down this time of year. They'd be perfect. Let's see, what's good? All kinds of stuff's good. God's good. Audio is king. You did good, man. Well, I appreciate you thinking so. But it really wasn't a very popular stream. I mean, I have this little thing up here I can look at and see how many people are active in the live stream. And it was just like, it was utter failure, I thought. I was like, wow, maybe nobody wants to watch me drive around in Anchorage with a shaky camera and horrible audio. Because it was real crackly for some reason. I don't know why it was so crackly. So you check out the video on Carnivore Brothers making bacon. It's amazing. I tried it for the first time last week. I never cooked bacon again. How did they make it, Kimberly? How did they make their bacon different? I mean, were they doing it in the oven, or I saw people like stretching them over the rack and letting them hang down, but then you got to take the whole oven rack out and clean that off. And I don't even like cleaning the little racks off when I make chicken wings because it's a pain in the butt. Those things are hard to clean. But yeah, if anybody's got any better ways of cooking bacon ideas, I'd be up for it. I don't mind. I try everything. Okay, that's looking pretty good there. That's done. All right, you gotta have room for more bacon in a minute. Okay, get you guys scooched. Everything needs to scooch out of my way. All right, especially these big pieces, they need to go away. They need to get smaller. Hurry, hurry, get smaller. This one can come over here, and then we can make room for some more bacon. It's always nice when you make room for more bacon. That way you don't have to make bacon for the rest of the day. It's so funny how, you take a big giant pound of bacon, you cook it down, and then all of a sudden you turn around and you got like next to nothing to show for it when you're done. That's kind of the frustrating part about bacon, because not only that, you're snacking on it while you're making it. Or at least I do. I don't know about you guys. Aha! Ooh. That was hot. I burned myself. I'm okay with burning myself. Okay, we're going to call that one done. I like my bacon super crispy, but my family doesn't, so I got to kind of pay attention to what I'm doing and not burn them all. I got no problem if they're burnt. I can eat super crispy bacon. Let me know, what do you guys like? Do you like really, really burnt bacon, or you like the fat, chewy bacon? I like mine extra crispy. All right, that's good for now. I think I'm safe. I think I'm safe for a few moments. But yeah, cooking them like this doesn't really splatter it up like if you're cooking in a pan. So I like cooking it like this, because I mean, normally I get bacon grease like everywhere. When I cook it in a pan, I'd be covered in it. And it's super frustrating when you're like making bacon in your underwear. Everybody's done it. I know you've done it too. You go to make bacon, you're like in next to no clothes, no shirt on maybe, but yeah, you burn yourself. What is going on here? Stop it. Gotta adjust this thing a little bit. There we go. Ooh, almost. Is that better? We're getting there. Cooking a police officer. That's kind of funny. Let's see. Crispy bacon. Right on. Hashtag team extra crispy bacon. Yeah, I like extra crispy bacon too. I like that crunch that it has. I mean, it's one of those things when you start the carnivore diet, you do tend to miss crunchy things, and bacon is kind of on the plane of one of our cures for the crunchiness, because you can make it super crunchy. Potato chips and French fries and stuff like that, you miss them for a period of time, and then all of a sudden you realize you can make alternative crunchy type things. You know, even your burgers and stuff, I can make them crunchy on the outside now that I know what I'm doing. Let's see, they cook it in a pot, low and slow, and then it comes to eventually cooked throughout. It comes out sort of soft, but eventually cooked, or evenly cooked. So good. I tried that, Kimberly. I destroyed one of my pots. I was so upset. I was like, and I wasn't sure, because I did it several times. I did it several times over. You know, I just, the first time I just tossed all my bacon in there. I didn't take care of it. I didn't manage it well. You know, you gotta move it around a little bit. You can't just throw it in there and leave it. And then I've tried a different time where I put it in the pot and then I actually threw bacon grease in there, you know, to get the process started a little bit better. That worked pretty good. But I still had a lot of the burnt, crunchy, crusty crud on the bottom, and it never came off. And over a period of time, it was just like, it was like my other cast iron skillet I was using, the white one that had that ceramic coating. I mean, it wasn't a bad pan. It just was unsightly, especially for trying to make any type of cooking related content, because I didn't like looking at it. I couldn't imagine somebody on the other end of the screen would be like, ooh, that pan's dirty, when it's not dirty. It's just brown from cooking a lot of meat. So, hello, my friend from Russia. Hey there, Russia. Appreciate you dropping in. Let's see, I'll send you $50 if you can eat a booger on stream. What is your PayPal? I do have a PayPal. We don't use the PayPal anymore. We have something else now. What is it? Venmo. And I'm not very good with the links. So I have a Venmo account that we specifically made for doing business with other people, like in Hawaii. And we also thought about trying to use it on the YouTube channel. I don't know how to get the link and actually post it so that it'll work on here. I mean, I'm technically challenged when it comes to stuff like that. So, yeah. So, okay. Let's see if I can back up a little bit. Some other stuff happened. Kimberly, no, I will never cook it the old way again. The recipe is amazing. Sorry, typo. That's okay. Typos are okay. Check out yep. Okay, what's good? I really want to be making steak today, but it's frozen. And I've tried making steak, you know, cooking steak from frozen. Don't ever do that. Don't do that. You're going to ruin your steak. I mean, unless you're making crispy steak bites, that's about the only way you can do it from frozen, but you got to chop it up real small to make it work. But I have ruined steaks trying to cook them from frozen, and they turn out super horrible and hard. It's not worth it. You have some weirdos that follow you, Alaska. I do. I have a lot of weirdos that follow me. I like them. You know, I'm patient with them. And I guess that's important, because you have to be patient with everybody. Because I remember when I started losing weight and I was extremely unhealthy, you know, I was that instigator. I was the troll in the comment sections because I was having issues up here. I mean, nothing was working right, by the way. So I would troll other people's videos and streams at times, and I would just say the most weird, inappropriate things just out of nowhere. So I understand these people. I know where they're coming from, and I know why they're making those comments. You know, because I have the ability to look back at myself. And it was bad on Facebook. I'd get into huge mad thumb and Facebook arguments. We've all done it, you know, especially around election time. Everybody's arguing about who should be president and why, and, you know, what so-and-so did last frickin' winter, and, you know, what Donald Trump did when he was born. I mean, there's just so many things to argue about, and sometimes it's just fun to argue, especially when you're eating a lot of crappy food. You just don't understand what the real world is. Hey, go back and flip some bacon. Get this going here. Hopefully my phone is charging. I don't know what's going on. But I do have it hooked up to an external battery, so if it just randomly dies, I apologize. We're not trying to just jump out like that. Okay, that piece is just about done. Ta-da! But yeah, out of all the crazy like internet type hack ways to cook bacon, this one by far, I don't even call it a hack. It's just something my wife always did. Cook bacon like this, and it just works out better. I mean, bacon cooks at its own speed, no matter what you do. So sometimes it's going to cook a little faster, sometimes it's going to cook a little shorter. It really depends on where you have it, where it's placed. Oh yeah, look at all that yummy bacon grease. I think I might be getting a little low on bacon grease in my jars, so I might have to be putting some extra away. But yeah, we're getting closer. Ta-da. So out of all that bacon we had over here, we've already got that much taken care of. So that's a lot so far. So we're almost done. In the meantime, I should probably check on these and see how these are doing. There we go. These put away in a Tupperware. No, I'm not throwing them on the floor. That one looks... That's the hard part when you're putting bacon away like this, because you get to touch it and feel it, and you get to pick out the ones that you're going to want to snack on, and usually wind up snacking on way too much before you're done. Okay. That out of the way. Man. So when you guys go and buy your bacon, are you super fussy on the ingredients that might be in it? I mean, like, do you deliberately avoid nitrates? Do you know, I'll try to avoid some sugars and stuff like that, but I don't get too fussy on what ingredients are in the bacon. Now, I never understood peppered bacon. You know, when they get that layer of pepper on there and then you cook it up, it's like the pepper just disappears anyways. You know, it kind of gets lost in the bacon grease and you really don't get, you know, flavored bacon. So flavored bacon, I don't know. What do you guys think? So the Hard Rock Cafe here in Anchorage was short-lived. I was kind of looking at this shirt today and I was thinking about driving around and I was like, wow, I was fortunate enough to actually get one of these shirts because they're not here anymore. I don't know if they'll ever be back. I'm pretty sure they closed down during the pandemic as well, along with a lot of other businesses here in the area that shut down during the pandemic. And the pandemic really screwed us up. Let's see. Kimberly, our usually get the sugar-free bacon from Costco, which is amazing, and also the pre-cooked bacon from Costco and the bacon bits from Costco are also amazing. Now, why not just make your own bacon bits? Huh. Can you do purple and pink eyeshadow? It's my favorite color. I could. I don't have purple and pink eyeshadow. It would look utterly ridiculous. But, so yeah, the answer to that is probably no. I mean, it would take me all day to figure it out. I used to have some funny colors over here. This stuff, I don't know why I still have these in the house. These, just stuff. I mean, the sugar, all the sugar. It's like, why is there so much sugar in this freaking world? I'm sick and tired of it all. It's like everywhere you turn, everything you look at, you want to buy something, it's got sugar in it. I'm surprised this crap over here doesn't have sugar in it. I just started breaking this stuff out because it's that time of year again. You know, we're getting close to the holy-poly, roly-poly mosquito season. It doesn't really tell you what the ingredients are in here because you're not supposed to eat it, so. Yeah. Oh, I missed those. Interesting. I don't even know what abilities you guys have with those those little wrenches, but I appreciate it, guys. you know, I appreciate you guys jumping in and helping out. And Kimberly, let's see. All right, let's do that. And moderator, and we'll give you that there. Okay. I always like to add to the moderator list when I have a chance, because I recognize a lot of you guys. You come back all the time. I mean, even when I'm talking about absolute utter nonsense, you guys show up and you're just super helpful. You make my life a whole lot easier. Let's see. This guy from Kenya, Corey didn't. Sky Jade, it doesn't work like that. So, you know, I can't just click on your icon and just subscribe to your channel from a live stream. If you click on any of these icons that are, you know, close to you, Sky Jade, it doesn't allow you access to get to that channel. You have to physically leave the live stream and type in that person's channel name in order to get any information about their channel or subscribe. I'm not sure why YouTube has done that. That's just how everything works here. So it's just it is one of those things that annoys me, because, you know, if I want to click on somebody's icon, which should technically take me directly to their YouTube channel or their profile, just so I could check them out, see what they're creating. It would be extremely helpful for me, especially when it comes to trolls. You know, that way I can get in there and quickly look and see what type of content these people are posting, or if they're posting any content at all. It just help us, you know, figure out who's who. I think that's done. How is it done? Well, we're making bacon, Sky Jade. That's the whole point of this, is to make bacon. All right. But I have to ask you, Sky Jade, did you actually subscribe to my channel? And you want me to go subscribe to yours? I mean, this is a conversation we can take up at a different time, or we can talk about it now, too. Doesn't matter to me. But, you know, just having random subscriptions and random subscribers, you know, isn't really beneficial to anybody's YouTube channel, by the way. It's just, subscribers are great. Subscribers are absolutely awesome. But over a period of time, you know, people subscribe to channels and then they forget they have even subscribed to that channel. And they don't see it anymore, because YouTube is always trying to show us, you know, what they think we want to see. And it kind of sucks, because I follow a lot of different people on YouTube as well. And I want to see their stuff, and I'm constantly having to go and physically enter in or go check my subscriber list to make sure I'm still subscribed to their channel, so I can check out what they're doing right now. Because when I started this weight loss journey, there was a whole lot of people that were doing it with me, and they since stopped uploading. So I go check on them once in a while to see how they're doing, and then half the time they don't respond back. You know, because maybe something happened. They could have had an accident. They could have had a family emergency or something. I don't know. Like I said, we're making bacon. Oh my goodness. And there lies the problem when I make bacon. But every time I go over there, I gotta eat a piece. Well, I appreciate you, Sky Jade. You know, I can definitely look at your channel later and see what you got going on there. Corey says, okay. What else did Corey say? But yeah, if you want to find out more about my YouTube channel, you can just, you know, tap the circle at the top of the page. It'll take you to my description section. It will take you out of the live stream for a little bit. And it'll show you a little bit about my channel, the stuff I talk about, the videos I've posted. Basically what I got going on here. You know, just because you make 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours really doesn't mean a whole lot, unless you can follow up with more content and more information that people want to hear and talk about. So, I mean, I'm definitely not making a living doing this, trust me. This helps keep me on track with my carnivore diet. This helps keep me accountable, you know, because I feel like I'm responsible to come out here and talk to these people that watch me every week. You know, they want to know what I'm doing. They want to know what I'm making. because I started out a mess. When I first started out with YouTube and I first started out with my weight loss, I was an utter mess, and I've actually improved a lot, and people want to know how I got to this point. And that's kind of how, you know, I got started on YouTube anyways, where I started having any success was, you know, people were curious and they're interested. I need to hit a button here to get me back down on the bottom. But yeah, Sky Jade, I'll definitely check it out after this live stream's over. You know, see what you're about. Probably watch a couple of your short videos and you know, see what's going on. See if, I mean, if it's nothing I'm interested in, it's kind of a hard sell, you know. I mean, I don't ask anybody anymore to subscribe to this channel that's not interested in anything that I'm doing. So I provide topics around Alaska. I provide topics around my personal health, my weight loss, how I'm doing it, fasting practices that I have experience with, and that's all from experience. Even the carnivore diet topics I talk about, I'm not talking about it from an expert or a medical perspective. I'm talking about like, all right, well, I've done this for X amount of days, and this is what happens, because people want to know. I want to know. So, I mean, maybe somebody else out there does too. That's kind of what keeps us afloat here. Do I follow Dr. Barry? Absolutely, Adam West. I follow a lot of the doctors, a lot of the big doctors. Dr. Boz is amazing. Barry, there's so many of them out there right now. There were so many recommended to me too when I first got started. It was super helpful. You know, after I lost my first 100 pounds, I had just a flood of people that came to that video when I lost my first 100 pounds, and they were giving me some great, you know, places to look for and search for more information so I could keep on going. And at that time, I wasn't even on the carnivore diet. You know, I've been starting the carnivore diet for my own reasons, and a lot of those reasons have to do with I'm a binge eater. I overeat. It doesn't matter what you put in front of me. I want to eat it all. I had a problem before with pizza and sugary foods and stuff like that. Espresso type coffees. I was constantly drinking those, and I got really out of shape, really heavy. All the sugar was making me lazy. It was making me hormonal and cranky. Please come back home. Grandpa is worried about you. Grandpa, I found you. Who are you? Yusuf. Oh, you're one of those guys that emails me on the side and wants to like fix my SEO on my channel and stuff. And yeah, I recognize those names. Let's see, I've been on an egg kick lately. I started 3 different kinds of pickled eggs last night. Oh, that's a great idea, Kimberly. Pickled eggs. That's the fun part about pickled eggs is you can do them in a rotation. So if you get 2 to 3 jars going, you know, you can start 1 jar 1 week and then start a second jar the next week, and then you can start eating the first jar. By the time you're done eating the first jar, you can rotate into the second jar, and then if you got room for a third jar in your fridge, yeah, you can just keep a constant circle of those going. Just keep track of which one's which, and don't get into them before 7 days. That's the biggest trick to pickled eggs. 7 days minimum. Got to be 7 days minimum. You can eat them before 7 days is up, but you're not going to be happy with how they taste, or at least I wasn't. I did not like how they tasted. All right, those are starting to crisp up nicely. We're getting some nice browning going on here. That piece is on the end. I'll move. You guys behaving here. Huh. I'm going to start making some crispier ones. I like the crispier ones myself. Okay. Oh, has anybody ever got bacon grease in their eye? I couldn't imagine that would be any fun at all. I haven't gotten bacon grease in my eye, I don't believe. Oh, yes. Ta-da! The magical thing about bacon. Now, there was a time when I was doing carnivore, when I first started carnivore, I was just eating an insane amount of bacon, and I don't know if my reasoning behind it was a good one or not. Well, it wasn't a good one, because I was like, I thought the carnivore diet was just crap. Because people were like, "Oh, you gotta try it, you gotta try it," and I was like, kind of almost trying to screw it up, but I didn't screw it up. I had improvements. I mean, I had so many improvements. I mean, even my cholesterol and LDL, they're not bad. I mean, I do have an elevated cholesterol, but it's not elevated so high that it would make any doctor like overly concerned or want to prescribe medication. My blood sugar is incredibly low, so I'm not worried about that. I've never been worried about my blood sugar, glucose, or anything like that. So that's a plus. But yeah, since I really started to embrace, the carnivore lifestyle and eating this way, it just turned into something fun accidentally. I mean, I was like, wow, I can do this and I can eat all this stuff that everybody said was going to kill me, and I can have tremendous healing benefits, and that's what it's about. The carnivore diet heals, and it helps you figure out all of your underlying issues, because things become revealed the further along you get into eating just meats and fats, and you're not throwing in a bunch of nonsense with the, even the vegetables, they have so many oxalates. I don't know if you guys know what oxalates are, but I did a little research today before I even, started my day, on oxalates. So there are some ingredients that I'm going to be cutting out of my own personal carnivore diet because I am pretty sensitive to oxalates. I've had issues with kidney stones. So, yeah, trying to keep the oxalates out of my diet is extremely important. I'm just going to throw these on there because I don't want to mess with them. There we go. Whatever. They're going to cook however. Not going to worry about that. Oh, I need to get some water ready. I didn't have any water ready before I started live streaming, and I usually don't. This is something I screw up almost every single time. We're going to let that stuff chill out in there. I do need to sort out that already cooked bacon and put it away a little better. That way when the other bacon's done, I can actually just put it up there in the thingy do. I don't know if this thing is working. Huh. I'm going to try something. Hopefully I don't botch up my own stream. But we're going to see if this works. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it does say my battery's charging. It's only at 41%. So that's okay. So we're maintaining even here. Do you drink Prime? I don't know what Prime is. Let's see what happened here. Just ordered a meat slicer and dehydrator. I'm going to learn how to make my own jerky. Now you can make, Kimberly, do you have an air fryer? Because a lot of these new air fryers have a dehydration feature on them. My Instapot Vortex Plus over there, it's got a dehydrator option on there. So I can make beef jerky in that. I also have an extra deep dehydrator sitting out in the shed as well. I try to stay away from the powders. I don't like buying anything. I don't like buying anything in a tub because, for one, it's processed. You don't know who's doing it. You don't know what's actually in it. You just have to believe what's on the label, and I don't believe people very well. Especially after the last 3 years. Yes, and it's terrible. Exactly. You're so right. Let's see. Which country are you from? Okay. Some stuff has happened that I don't know what's happened because it's not there anymore. But when it comes to protein powders and it comes to, all those, powder type supplements, I really don't get involved too much with them. I don't promote them because I don't know the people making them. If I knew more about the people making them, actually had a personal relationship with them and have seen inside their factory, and it's something I would use, I'd promote a lot of those different things. But there's a lot of stuff out there that's just utter nonsense, and we're just supposed to believe them as far as the packaging and the labels and stuff. So I don't fall for a lot of that stuff. That's never off subject there, Adam West. My Jeep has it's got the inline 4, the little tiny 4-cylinder. And I bought that Jeep. I didn't buy it for the motor. I bought it for the fact that the whole tub was off, and all the pictures and images were there of the they replaced the entire frame. So they took the old frame, threw it away, took everything off the frame, and put this Jeep tub on top of it. So I have a brand new frame on a 2000 Jeep. And that was a selling point for me. I think I spent a little over 4,000 for that Jeep. And it's just fun. It's just a whole lot of fun. It'd be no different than if I was living on the East Coast and I bought an old VW Bug, and somebody did a lot of work to it. Same thing, same situation there. So and here in Alaska, these Jeeps are really popular, and they're handy. They get me in and out of places that I want to go. How much followers on TikTok do you have? I do not have any followers on TikTok. I started a TikTok account. I did not like TikTok after I started looking at some other content on there. I was like, I don't even like anything about it. It's kind of like Facebook. I don't have much of a presence on Facebook except for regurgitating the information that I put on here. I'll just share it over to Facebook, and if somebody wants to click on it, it'll direct them over here, to YouTube, and they'll watch it here. But I don't do a lot on any other platform except for YouTube. Instagram, same thing as Facebook. It annoys me, so I stay off of Instagram. But okay, do you guys smoke your own salmon? Well, I have family members that have their smoker and they smoke salmon for us, so I don't. I would like to get my own smoker for smoking salmon. Smoker in the garage and have made smoked salmon. It's so much better than you can ever buy at a store. Absolutely, smoking any meats by yourself is a great idea. I mean, you can smoke steaks, you can smoke your burger meat. I do have one of the little tiny cast iron smokers that I put in the grill. I'll get it fired up when I want to add an extra, a bit of cedar, mesquite, hickory, whatever type flavor to the meats I'm cooking. So that works out pretty well too. And that's just pellets. I just put the pellets in that thing and let them burn. Let's see here. But yeah, about time to start flipping some bacon. It's just a nice relaxed day here in Alaska. I mean, it's beautifully sunny outside. I'm probably gonna, I shut down this live stream, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna grab my bicycle and put one of my cameras on the handlebars and just go for a zoom. Just have some fun. I tried looking for some bike paths yesterday, but they were covered in snow. It was just like, man, we got some beautiful bike paths here in Anchorage, and when the green starts popping out, everything gets beautiful. I'm probably gonna be so busy working, I'm probably gonna forget about it. That I'm physically able to get on a mountain bike. That's a big deal. I can actually get on a bike again and ride like a normal kid and have fun. I'm old as skunk, but hey, whatever. I mean, I got a little gray. Try that Just for Men gel in my beard. Maybe that'll help me. Let's see. Which country are you from? From the United States. I live in Alaska there, Sky Jade. And I will check out your YouTube channel when I get done here. Thinking of that. Let me see here. Got a pencil. I got some paper, an old piece of paper. Okay, Sky Jade. We're going to check you out later on. I'm writing it down, Sky Jade, so don't keep asking. Okay. But yeah, I got it written down here on a piece of paper. It's covered in cat hair. But I'll definitely check out your channel when I'm done. I do what I say I'm going to do. Even when it comes to talking about embarrassing weight loss situations, and I mean, that's what I do. I don't mind talking about the stuff that other people don't like talking about. Let's see. What's incredible? Who is the president of the USA? Well, some would say it's Joe Biden. Other people would say it's Obama. We really don't know. I mean, who's running the country? Because I don't believe this old man Joe Biden is running the country. And I haven't believed it this entire time. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I don't care about politics that much. I stopped caring a while ago. Because it's just a big game. We're going to have Republicans, and then we're going to have a Democrat, and then we're going to have Republicans, and then we're going to have a Democrat. It's just, on goes the circle of nonsense. That's kind of how we work here in the United States. We make everybody happy for a period of time, or we make half of the country happy for a period of time, and then we go back to making the other half of the country happy. And I guess that's how they just maintain a sense of calm. I don't know. It's just, yeah. whatever, it is what it is. We live here. It's not the worst country in the world. It's definitely not the best country in the world. I don't know that I'm going to save that piece for me. I'm going to save that piece for me. I'm saving all my favorite pieces. We're going to eat them all. Now my son has actually been experimenting with the carnivore diet. And I've been pretty proud of him. My son is doing amazing, by the way. He's not showing any incredible, magical weight loss because he's only been dabbling with the idea. Now, I don't know what he's doing, behind the scenes, in his actual situation. But I mean, I think if he continues down the road with what he's doing with the carnivore diet, he's going to start seeing some benefits pretty quickly. If I can get him dialed in enough to start some fasting, yeah, I think he'd see some really good improvements. But he has been out since all the snow melted. He has been out on the mountain bike. He's been riding around. He's doing a lot more stuff for himself, and that's great. And the reason he's doing this stuff is because he was promoted in JORTC to battalion commander, which is a pretty good accomplishment for a high school kid. So he's got leadership capabilities. That's nice to know. I mean, he does well. He does well with his troops, and me and him do talk about that from time to time. A little bit about what he's got going on, and I try to give him some basic advice on leadership skills because I was in the military, and I know what type of leader that I would follow, and I do know the type of leaders that I did not follow, and I did not follow them for reasons because they sucked. So it's all about trying to relate to each other back and forth. You just now noticed that, Kimberly? I put it on an egg carton. But yeah, that was one of my little, basic bacon cooking hacks is, save your old egg cartons. Not the styrofoam ones, but, the cardboard ones. They're super handy. Oh, these are so good. They're nice and crunchy. They kind of melt in my mouth. Kind of like a Ruffles potato chip. Maybe that's part of the addiction to Ruffles potato chips, is how it kind of liquefies when you bite into it. It gives you that weird sensation like you're almost eating bacon, but you're not eating bacon. But bacon is healthier than a Ruffles potato chip. Reese says that sounds delicious. Well, it is. Whoever thought I could make cooking bacon interesting? I didn't. I never thought I'd be doing YouTube videos and live streams. I never thought about this stuff. 5 years ago, this was the last thing on my radar, that I would actually be doing stuff like this. Showing people around Alaska, showing people around my house, showing neighborhoods. I don't think I'd be doing any of this. Taking people on shopping trips. Now, the shopping videos are fun. I might, maybe this weekend. I really have to be in the mood to do a really good shopping video. Now, my best ever shopping video, and I deleted it because I was an idiot. I had right off the bat when I first started YouTube, I was struggling to figure out what to do. What type of content I wanted to share, and I was into the whole prepping type topic, shopping and shortages and stuff like that. So I got involved with a lady in New Jersey. Her channel name is Moments with Us. Her name is Shauna, and she helped me out tremendously to get started. She was giving me basic ideas. We were batting ideas back and forth, talking about global situations and problems and shortages. And so I started creating some basic Walmart videos. My very best Walmart video is like my second or third video that I ever produced. It took me a long time to produce it because I didn't know what I was doing. Didn't know anything about YouTube. But it like rocketed up to like 25,000 views like within the first 2 to 3 days. I was like, holy crap. And I didn't know what to do after that. I got stage fright and I couldn't make anything to follow it up, because I was under the expectation, I thought that like, oh, all these videos should be getting 25,000 views, and I didn't realize that it was just a fluke. You know, it was that one time that I made a good video. You know, similar to my losing 100-pound weight loss video. That was a fluke too. I put a lot of time, I put a lot of effort into the video, but that doesn't mean it's gonna do anything. People are gonna like it. It was just weird how it all worked. Let's see. You have ever eaten African food? Possibly. I've eaten a lot of type of foods. We have about every demographic of people that live here. I've eaten food from all over the world, so it is a possibility that I might have eaten African food at some point. And you also have to remember, less than a year ago, I was 435 pounds. If you put food in front of me, I didn't care what part of the country it was from, the world, I would try it. You know, I tried just a little bit of just about everything over the years. So the only thing I've probably eaten it, but there's something, you know, I've never had anybody here, you know, say, hey, let's go out and eat Russian food. I've never heard of anything yummy and delicious coming out of Russia, but I don't know. I mean, I would eat it if there was an option, and it might be. I just don't know about it, and that's half of it there. Because if we don't know about something, it's hard to go source it out. I think in Mountain View they might have a Russian restaurant over there, but I'm not sure. But I think it's called West Berlin or something like that. I haven't been to it. I hear it's a little bit pricey, and I don't have a lot of money to be spending on stuff like that right now, or else I'd go. I'd definitely go. I'd go try it. I've wanted to. All right, we're getting pretty close to being done with all this bacon here. I'm pretty happy with this situation. Because as soon as this is done, I can go do other stuff, like real life Alaska stuff, and like go outside. All right, I'm thinking of doing like a cheeky little short video of like a sped up version, like a hyperlapse with some music added into it, of just riding around on a bicycle, like really quick. Like nothing sitting there explaining the science of what I'm doing. But I was thinking of making a short video of something like that. Okay, that piece is done. All right, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. So all the uncooked bacon is already added to the pan. Now we're starting to get down to the nitty gritty where we can start removing stuff. Okay, nice. So yeah, if you've ever cooked a pound of bacon before and you get to the end, you feel accomplished a little bit. You know, because there's a process. This isn't quick. It takes a little time, and you don't want to burn yourself. That sucks. Trying to scoot all these towards the middle. That way they cook a little bit quicker, maybe, if I'm lucky. Go find my next favorite piece. Like I said before, that's the problem. When you're cooking bacon, you're always eating it while you're cooking it. So you wind up cooking 5 slices of bacon, and then you wind up eating 5 before you even serve it to anybody else. Yeah, life in the kitchen as a previous fat man is dangerous. So, pretty much Sky Jade, the bacon is pretty much just going to be mostly my lunch. I started out today by eating smoked oysters, a can of sardines, and a chopped meat stick. That's how I started out my day. And then I went and did that lousy live stream that probably only got like maybe 200 views. Oops. You live and you learn. So we'll figure that out later. We'll do something different. Mm-hmm. All right, who's still left with me? Kimberly, you still here? What about Amber? Did Amber dip out? I bet you did. I haven't heard from Amber in a while. I don't expect everybody to just sit here and hang out just randomly, because unless you want to. Oh, you're still here. Right on. So how is life going for you, Amber? I haven't heard you say too much about what you got going on. You got anything, going on? You doing any fasting, carnivore type stuff? Just curious. Oh, picking up your groceries. All right, she's busy. It's not a bug. I know what it's like when a woman's picking up groceries. Yeah, that's when you forget your credit card in the machine and wind up getting halfway home before you remember you don't have it and you're going to buy gas. That's frustrating. Alternate day fasting, 36-hour fasting, a super powerful fast, by the way. Highly recommend it. Come up with a schedule, set it on your calendar for your days of what you're going to fast and you're not going to fast. That worked out really well for me. I focus on, so whenever I do fasting practices, I focus on 5 days. The first, just keep focusing on 5 days, Monday through Friday. And if you just happen to work, 5 days straight, choose your fasting days or whatever you're going to do around your work schedule. That way, when you're not working, you can kind of live a normal life. And it's not just constantly fasting, because it gets monotonous after a while. I eat almost 90% meats and fats. I mean, so right now I've been eating more than that. So about 98% meats and fats on the carnivore diet. And it's been doing some things. It's been doing some positive things. Now, am I going to stay 100% carnivore for the rest of my life? Well, I've had a hard time even maintaining several weeks of 100% carnivore. It's not easy to do 100%, because there's so many things in this world that we want to explore, we want to try, we're tempted by as well. So I have been able to manage my addictions very well when it comes to eating certain foods. But once in a while, you're gonna have something. You're gonna have a cookie. You're gonna have a piece of cheesecake or whatever, a bite of this or that. But as long as we keep it down to a bite of something, it's not that bad. It's just when we eat the entire container of ice cream, that's when things go sideways pretty quick, and then we go backwards really fast. Back to my bacon. Because that's what we're doing today here, guys. If you didn't know, we're making bacon in a random kitchen, in some guy's random kitchen in Alaska. I mean, who would have ever thought? You'd be in a kitchen in Alaska watching a guy make bacon. It's kind of funny when you think about it. Oh, but this bacon looks awesome. I don't even know what kind of bacon this is, because we have so many different brands of bacon come through this house. And we buy it on sale. If we see it on sale somewhere, we just pick it up. We haven't really worried too much about the extra added ingredients. Because it doesn't last long. Between me and the rest of my kids and my wife, this will get snacked on. It'll be gone in about 3 days. This whole Tupperware will be completely gone in about 3 days. Maybe less. Because I like snacking on it too. Yeah, that's a good piece right there. Check that out. Ooh. I don't know, the lighting's probably horrible, so you probably can't get all the beauty of, what I got going on here. Let's see here. Maybe, oh, that's a little better. Maybe we can get there we go. Now you can see. Maybe? I don't know. Huh. Oh, wouldn't that suck if I broke, well, you guys probably think it was entertaining if I broke a tooth biting into bacon. It's not that much grease. We're going to use all this grease too. At some point, we're going to have actually eaten all of that grease that's in that pan. My favorite fruit. Okay, my favorite fruit. I'm Alaskan native, so we have wild fruit that grows here. My two favorite fruits are blueberries, especially the ones that come from Nome, Alaska. That's where my family lives. And we went out blueberry picking up there. And blueberry picking with children It's really hard because when they pick a bunch of blueberries, they tend to eat them all. I did not partake that much in the blueberry picking when I was up there because I was extremely obese. It was hard for me to even be out. I'd be outside. It was embarrassing. I was in a pretty bad situation. All right, we're gonna unplug that. Gonna unplug this skillet. Let these things do what they're gonna do with the remaining temperature of whatever the grease is doing. So far, they look like they're done. Yeah, most of these can come out right now. Oh, so heavenly. Well, yeah, we're going to take all this grease and we're going to put it in a container here in a little bit. And then we just save it. We save it. We use it for cooking. It all gets eaten. Some of it's going to go to the dog. We don't feed too much of it to the dog, but some of it will go to the dog. I need to find another container. So yeah, we just got these little mason jars. We just pour it in there. Let it do its thing. Okay, yeah, we're all set up with that now. That way when we're all said and done, we can just pour that into the mason jar. Now another trick that I like to use is I like to take a regular bowl with some tin foil. So if you don't want to, like sometimes we get too much bacon grease because we cook a lot of bacon in this house. So we just take a regular cereal bowl, we'll line it with tin foil, carefully line it. You don't want to break a hole in it. But then we'll pour the bacon grease directly into this on top of some tin foil. And then we'll kind of close it up like a wonton. And in the wintertime, I can just take this bowl and set it out on the front porch and it'll harden up and I can just remove the whole clump frozen and put it in the dumpster. And it goes out with the trash. Now, depending on what type of hunting we're going to do, we can also save that same bacon grease and we can use it for bear bait. I haven't been bear hunting. I don't do bear hunting, but I know people that do. So you can save bacon grease and use it for bear bait. But that's the easiest way to get rid of it pretty quickly. If it's not wintertime out, you just take that, rolled up, and you safely put it in your fridge. Make sure you let out your other family members know it's in there so they don't accidentally bump into it. But yeah, that's the easiest, quickest way to get rid of bacon grease. Besides putting it in a mason jar and saving it for yourself later. Because I mean, when we look back at the olden days when people used to live on the farms, this is gold to them. This is like money. They did not just throw bacon grease away. They didn't throw any fat away. They used it all. They ate it all. If they didn't eat it themselves, they fed it to another animal. They use it for preserving things. I mean, and it works. I mean, this stuff works. Yeah, you got bacon. I think tonight I'm going to cook some burgers before tomorrow's video. I've been, like I said, I've been working out more than I ever have in this entire weight loss journey. So this week I have been working out far more. I've been getting outside, being more active. And this is stuff I've talked about throughout my entire weight loss journey. It's just having the ability to get out and do stuff. Because once you get the original weight off, the water retention, once you get that off your bones, you can naturally move more. You can do more. And then the rest of the process starts. So just losing the initial weight is, I think, one of the most important things to anybody's weight loss journey. You lose the initial weight first, and then you can start focusing on the move more, eat less. You can eat less at any given time, but focusing on the move more, yeah, I definitely wait until you get the initial weight off, especially if you're starting out from a morbidly obese standpoint. That's where things become dangerous, because I was hurting myself. I was going out, I was getting physically injured, and I was having a hard time doing stuff like just going to work and making regular paychecks because it was near impossible. So, all right, have you ever worked on those boats or at the plant as a seafood processor there? No, I have not. The one. That is a really hard. Hey, Giamar Domingo, I haven't seen you in a while, man. He's my good shit guy. Yeah, he always comes in and says good shit. He likes he's been around for a long time. I mean, I think he might have been around even before I started losing weight, but I think that's where he started popping up the most is when I started losing weight. He's always just been nice and drops in once in a while. Do you love peanuts? I do not love peanuts because they have oxalates. They have a lot of oxalates. Nuts do, and they give me kidney stones. Similar to if I were to eat some green leafy vegetables like spinach, kale. Um, I found out that garlic. How depressing. One of my favorite spices, garlic powder, has a lot of oxalates in it, like super high amount of oxalates. That was something I was looking into today before I got everything going. Was what vegetables had a whole bunch of extra oxalates in it, because I need to stay away from things that have too many oxalates. But I mean, it's debatable. So what is too many oxalates? I don't even know the answer to that question. I just know that when I was eating, I was told to eat, spinach. I was told to eat raw spinach, um, and peanuts and cashews and almonds. That screwed me up, and I got kidney stones. That was horrible. That was a bad idea. That really drove me away from giving a damn about vegetables, nuts, and stuff like that. So yeah, here I am. I'm the guy that eats meat now because I'm trying to fix all those previous problems. I need to take care of this grease while it's still hot. Oh, da 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 da. I need to get some towels ready because this does make a little bit of a mess doing it this way. This is just to wipe off the edge of the pan when I'm done. So I'm going to get that ready. So the simplest way for me to do this is I just take my cast iron skillet, and I'll take my jar and I'll set it right there, right in the middle. That way when I dribble anything around the edge, it's just going in the cast iron skillet. I just can rub it in. No big deal. Done. It's not going to make a super huge mess. All right, let's see what kind of catastrophe we can have right here. We're doing this on a live stream. This super hot bacon grease going in this jar. Oh, well, we're doing good so far. No third-degree burns today. Oh, yeah, see, it's dribbling down the edge. Oh, 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 oh. There we go. All right. That is super hot, by the way. Whoo-wee. Okay. There we go. And then I got the towel to wipe off the edge so we're not getting bacon grease all over everything. Just do a quick little wipe down of everything here. There was a little splatter this time, but there wasn't. It's nothing like if I were to cook it in a frying pan. So yeah, I don't think I got any bacon grease at all on the coffee pot. Everything looks good. Yeah, that's nothing there as far as I can see. Nothing to complain about. So now we're just going to let that chill out in the pan until it starts to do its thing. Then after that, we can just wipe all that up. I mean, it's that simple. Super simple, super easy. Clean up with bacon grease. And then when all that, the hard stuff, the chunks settle to the bottom, you got all the nice clean grease up on the top. You can use that for cooking eggs. Use that for cooking anything you want. Steaks, burgers. Give it a little bit of extra flavor. Things don't have to be swimming in the bacon fat either. I mean, just making enough, to keep stuff from sticking to the pan, make things taste better. Yeah, this kitchen is old. This was a 1975 mobile home trailer. I don't even know when this trailer was moved up here to the state. It's an extremely old trailer. It's got a lot of history. There's a lot of hodgepodge going on in here. The pantry used to be right over here. So I'm going to flip you guys around, show you a little bit. So this, fumble fingers. So this section here where my coats are hanging, I put up the cedar boards and stuff just to make it look a little appealing. And I put the coat rack there. This used to be my pantry. And the problem with that was, so this whole area down here, you can see how it's cut out. That was the actual floor to the pantry. So there was a wall that came out right here. And then trying to move a refrigerator with a door that's right here, So the pantry wall is right there. So I mean, that just about closes off that room right there. But then there was this stupid pantry wall that was literally right here in my face. So trying to get a fridge in was impossible. So I had to remove the pantry, and we put it in my son's room. But yeah, this is my entryway. Here's what Alaska looks like outside. And the snow is gone out of my yard. And all my random junk. Stuff just collects. You guys know this. Stuff just collects in the wintertime, especially in entryways. That would be like considered, I don't know, like my garage. Because I just keep stuff there, almost like a shed. Now we have 2 sheds too, and they're plumb full of stuff too. I hope we never have to move out of here in a hurry, because we're going to have to, it'd be a process to get out of here with all that stuff. Favorite movies? I don't know. It really all depends on the moment what my favorite movie is. I do like fishing. The wife's a much better fisherman than me. That's why she makes YouTube videos about her fishing. She's an avid fisherman too. She's the fisher lady. But my favorite movie is really all depend. I like pandemic type movies, end of the world type movies, disaster type movies. Those are fun to watch. I just got done watching a series on Netflix called Sweet Tooth. I don't know if any of you have watched that. Sweet Tooth was pretty interesting. That was there was a lot of emotion. It was adult emotion. There was a lot of children type scenes in there because they have like these weird little creatures that are, childlike. And it was a good series. I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing them create the next season of that. I did kind of binge watch it. I was really into it. I was enjoying it. And then I was realizing that I kind of had a vegan twist to it. I was like, wow, that's funny. When you break down the meat and potatoes of their whole series there, because they're talking about saving the animals and stuff like that, not eating meat, not killing animals. And it was fascinating, by the way. And I'm a carnivore that likes to eat bacon and eat just random meats and stuff like that. But whatever, that's who we are. We're Alaskans. We like to hunt and fish, and we like to eat the stuff we kill. I mean, my relatives are really good at killing stuff. That's what they do. That's what they do in Nome. Do I believe in ghosts? Pretty sure, yeah. I mean, I've seen some really weird stuff living on the East Coast. I mean, the East Coast has a lot of history. Now, we also had a really good imagination as kids. But there were some really weird things that happened there. And I also noticed that when I lived in Missouri and I had my first child in Missouri, that my son was in the other room in a very old home, by the way. I believe it was built in the 1800s, but it was like a fieldstone type house. So the sides of the home was built out of fieldstones. And he was in the other room just talking to somebody and playing with somebody. And then when I went in there to ask him, like, hey, who are you talking to? And he said he was talking to an older lady. And come to find out, after I talked to the homeowners, because I was renting that place at the time, they said there was an old lady that passed away there, and she loved children. She loved to play with children. I just thought that was weird. But before that, my cats would sit there and stare into that room like there was something there to look at. And they would track, you could see your cat. If anybody's got pets, you could see them just tracking something. And my cats do that here too at times. It's always in just about the same spot, which is in my bedroom close to the doorway. They're always just standing there like they're watching something move around, and there's nothing there that I can see. But yeah, I always wondered if young kids can actually see stuff like that. Okay, guys, I am hour and a half in. This is my second live stream of the day. I do appreciate everybody that came in. Sky Jade, I will be taking a look at your channel here in just a minute to see what you got going on there. Hopefully it's something interesting. If you want to pick up any dialogue from there, we can do that. But as always, I'm Big John from Alaska. I talk about Alaska topics, carnivore-related topics, health-related topics revolving my personal weight loss from 435 pounds down to where I am now. I'm approximately 305 pounds. If you want to learn more about that, by all means, you can jump in, subscribe, follow along. comment anytime. I respond to everybody personally, and I take a lot of pride in doing that, because that's going to hurt me someday if my channel ever gets so big to where I can't just communicate well with people, because there's just so many people asking questions or trying to make statements. I mean, I can't imagine what it's like to get that big anyways, but you never know where we're going to go from here. You never know what I'm going to do next. You never know what I'm going to say. I try to keep it fun and interesting and relatively fast paced and informative, but from my perspective. All right, guys, I want to say God bless, and I want you to take care. We're going to fumble these buttons and get on out of here.